Every Taylor's version album so far, ranked. Now that Taylor Swift owns the rights to all her music, it makes sense to look back at her Taylor's version project and take stock of where they fall within her discography. Swift began re-recording her previous albums after the rights to her first 6 albums, Taylor Swift, Fearless, Speak Now, Red, 1989, and Reputation, were sold to Scooter Braun. This project completely changed the music industry, as it demonstrated that artists can retain control over their own work. In Swift's message to her fans, she talked about recording most of her debut album and spoke about the challenges in re-recording Reputation. While the future of the Taylor's version project is unclear, it can't be denied that each of the re-recorded albums has been influential. Swift's ability to revisit her biggest hits and songs that didn't necessarily get the love they deserved the first time around proves that her status as a cultural icon is well-deserved. Speak Now was Swift's 3rd album. The original album marked a turning point for Swift as it gave her the chance to explore more mature themes, including lost love and heartbreak. Speak Now marked Swift's transition from an artist who made music primarily for a younger, preteen and teen audience to someone who could grow with her fans and speak to the challenges of growing up. The original album highlighted Swift's country background and featured music that highlighted Swift's mastery of different genres. Songs like Enchanted and Mine also balance emotional vulnerability with romantic idealism. Speak Now, Taylor's version, closely mirrors the original album in tone and structure. Speak Now, Taylor's version, is an opportunity for Swift to reflect on some of these deep emotions that she confessed to fans, and show how much she's grown in the years since the original album's release. The addition of 6 from the vault tracks provides fresh content, expanding the album's emotional and sonic range with collaborations featuring artists like Hayley Williams and Fall Out Boy. Like all Taylor's versions, Speak Now, Taylor's version, demonstrates Swift's growth as an artist, and her ability to revisit some of her most iconic works successfully. Unfortunately, while there are some classic Speak Now songs like Dear John that are given new life in the Taylor's version of the album, the lack of publicity surrounding its release made it one of the most difficult TV albums to invest in. Overall, Speak Now, Taylor's version, lacks a lot of the hopefulness that characterized the original album. It was also difficult too, that Speak Now, Taylor's version, didn't get nearly the marketing that other TV albums did. The fact that everyone moved on so quickly from it made it the hardest of the re-records to invest in. 1989 remains one of Swift's most beloved albums. The original album was a tribute to living in New York City. There are fun pop songs like Shake It Off and signature Swift love songs like Style. The original album marks Swift's transition from a country artist to a pop superstar. As a whole, the album explores themes of love, the realities of fame, reinvention, and the importance of self-empowerment. Rather than focusing on heartbreak, 1989 highlights Swift's commitment to reclaiming her own narrative and telling her story on her own terms. While 1989, Taylor's version, stays mostly faithful to the original album, it features several key differences. For example, 1989, Taylor's version, features more of a beach motif than a city one. This aesthetic choice is an interesting one, since the original album focuses so much on Swift's experience of moving to and living in New York while making a new start for herself. This is embodied by the fact that the signature opening riff in Welcome to New York simply isn't as bouncy as the original. However, 1989, Taylor's version, is ultimately an opportunity for her to pay tribute to when she solidified herself as the Queen of Pop. What makes 1989, Taylor's version, stand out among the re-records is the vault tracks. These are some of the strongest vault tracks Swift has released as part of her re-recording project. For example, Is It Over Now, and Now That We Don't Talk are among her most vulnerable and honest stories. Swift uses these and other tracks to offer a more introspective, unfiltered look into what her mindset was during the 1989 era, revealing layers that weren't on the original album. Because these vault tracks make this Taylor's version stand out, the album gives fans a chance to experience these intense emotions in a more reflective way. Fearless was only Swift's second studio album. Many would consider this Swift's breakout album since it launched her into the mainstream. This album is the first to showcase Swift's ability to blend country and pop, and highlight the best of both genres. Thematically, Swift explored the idealism and heartbreak of the teen years by being honest about how she experienced these things herself. This album cemented Swift's career as an icon, since her music spoke to generations of fans with its honesty and refreshingly frank analysis of young adulthood. As the first Taylor's version, Fearless, Taylor's Version, is an essential album for understanding the Taylor's Version universe. This marked the beginning of Swift reclaiming her own music and taking her career in a direction she wanted. Since Fearless was one of Swift's first albums, her growth is even more pronounced in Fearless, Taylor's Version, since she has had years of experience with which to reflect on the themes she first sang about. Fearless, Taylor's Version, honors the original's legacy but also reframes Swift's work as a symbol of artistic autonomy and resilience. It's deeply emotional to listen to Swift sing songs about young adulthood and growing up, since she has grown up with her fans. There is an unexpected nostalgia in hearing her sing about having her heart broken as a child, and hearing how she has processed this grief now that she has more life experience. Fearless, Taylor's Version, provides the clearest example of how Swift has evolved as an artist over time while remaining committed to her values. It's remarkable to hear how her songs from Fearless, Taylor's Version, showcases how she's been able to hold on to her idealism in the face of seemingly impossible odds. Red is Swift's fourth studio album and explores themes of heartbreak and personal growth. Songs like All Too Well, Red, and I Knew You Were Trouble delve into the emotional highs and lows of romantic relationships and highlight the signature vulnerability Swift brings to each of her songs. Swift leaned into the color red throughout the album, highlighting the fact that red symbolizes passion, anger, love and longing. The original album was a departure for Swift and more experimental compared to her previous works. Red, Taylor's Version, allowed her to highlight why this album was always one of her most inventive. Red, Taylor's Version, elevates the original album by showcasing how far Swift has come as an artist. The most striking contrast lies in the expanded content and ownership. Red, Taylor's Version, includes 9 previously unreleased from the vault tracks, offering fans a broader view of the creative scope Swift envisioned during the original Red era. These songs feature collaborations with Phoebe Bridgers, Chris Stapleton, and Ed Sheeran. Red, Taylor's Version, is perhaps best known for All Too Well, 10-minute version, which allows her to recontextualize a formative relationship,